Hey everyone, welcome back to Behind the Paradigm. We took a little bit of a break, but we're back now and we have a lot to catch up on. I'm going to start today with Drifters and then Ben will go after. We have been doing so much work with Drifters, which we know you guys haven't seen a ton of, but have heard a little bit about on Behind the Paradigms. And over the next couple months, we're going to start diving a lot more into Drifters just on Twitter and on these shows as well. Today, some of the most recent updates we've done, we have hundreds of assets that are in process of either still finishing modeling, texturing, being retopologized, or being rigged and actually being tested, which has been really exciting. Benji has been working on spring bones for assets that need to like move with the body. So as you can imagine, when something's made in 3D, like it doesn't, unless obviously a body is rigged and it has its full skeleton, but other assets don't. So when the characters walk, we want the hair to kind of blow with the characters and capes and things like that. So he's been working on hairstyles or spring bones for hairstyles, capes, anything that might move with the body. I actually have a quick little video I'll show you guys too. That is just a quick little thing to show you guys what I mean by spring bones. So he's putting in all these spring bones. And as you can see, as he's moving the body, the hair is moving with him, which actually has been a really manual process. Each hairstyle has to be rigged separately. So that has been a lot of fun. And the folks that we're working with on all the 3D assets are obviously a huge, tremendous help in getting all of those done. Benji's also been working on colliders for the body. So just so like things don't intersect, like the hair hangs down and we don't want it to go through the shoulders. So there's a lot of finessing when it comes to those sorts of things. Actually, there was a really funny video that I'm going to share too of Benji working on spring bones and colliders and this drifter being totally looking like a pretzel. And then this is an example of a very simple one just to show you guys colliders and how we're rigging clothing. So as you can see before, the body didn't have colliders and it's intersecting with the assets that are on top of it. And then afterwards, actually, this is more of the culling. Sorry, I'm learning all my vocabulary. Once we fix the culling, the body no longer intersects with the clothing. So that has been a lot of fun for our team to figure out. The other thing that we've also done, which has been huge, is drifters have different facial features, different eyes, different nose, different mouth. And Benji set up this whole thing where now, we had already modeled all these different styles, but now we can actually switch between, in our character studio, we can switch between any nose, any eyes, any mouth, and really start to see like how unique each of the trait combinations are for drifters and how they really do make them look so different. So that has been a ton of fun, still doing a lot of testing and sort of starting some of this QA process while we're finishing all the assets. But that is the update for drifters. I'll throw it over to you, Ben.
Hey everyone. All right, let me pull up the game. All right, so it has been months since we've shown things off of the game. So in the interim, we kind of went deep into the, I want to say Mines of Moria. I've been going on a Lord of the Rings kick. No, we have been rebuilding and building a lot of new parts of the game. So there's going to be several weeks of material that we're going to share. I'm going to only show some parts of it, and we'll share everything over the next coming weeks. So first, this is really important. We have a new login system. So when you log in, you no longer have to use your password. If you have already created a password, you can continue to do so, logging in with login with password. But you might hear a couple of sound effects while we're doing this. So now we have OTP, one-time password. This will actually send an email to your account, and then you can just log in using a passcode. So let me log into my email. Takes a few seconds to come in. All right, just came in. I'm good to go. So this makes it a lot easier for new users to come in, register, play the game. And that's really important because we want to get as many people playing the game as possible. Uh, Previously, we were kind of in the weeds, uh, building a lot of features around bringing new players in. We did a short marketing stunt that nobody in crypto Twitter knows about. We'll talk more about that later in our findings. And everything was geared toward how do we make the game more accessible to newcomers. So this is a big part of that. You're going to see a few things here that are going to be part of other features in the game that I'm not going to show you today, but I will show you in the next few weeks. Now, you're going to see a completely revamped tutorial. In a week or so, you're going to see raids, finally. And I'm going to show you bits and pieces of what was built to support all of that. So real quick down here, you're going to notice something new. We have health bars now that show up on the bottom left of the bracer. These are your active health bars. You're going to see them replenish as you play the game. You're going to see them go down as you are attacked. And that can happen in raids. That can happen in PvP. So we're going to jump over to our favorite PvP area, the Cascade Caverns. And I don't think we've shown this yet. We have a new moss scene. So if we haven't shown this yet, we're going to go ahead and collect some moss. And change the aspect ratio here. So we have a totally new scene. Much cooler, much more fun. So now you got to wait and hope that you don't get attacked, because I have another browser over here where somebody is actually waiting, just sitting waiting to attack new players. So see if we can get taunted. Oh crap, someone's there. We have a new chat here. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see that a lot of scenes now have the ability to open a brand new standalone chat. On the left side of the game is no longer just tethered to the bracer that opens up the scenery. So now the chat feels more like part of the natural flow of the game itself. And I'll show combat in a second here once I finish collecting some moss. All right, cool. I only got one piece. Not a very good haul. All right, back to the cavern. So now we're going to go in here, check out our players. We have another player on the scene. We have a cyber worker, just as sweaty. I'm going to go ahead and think about challenging them. So now, totally new challenge flow. You're no longer challenging in the chat. You can now challenge with this full featured informational scene. You get to choose which. I forgot about. We made another change too. I'll tell you in a second. You get to pick the affinity that you want to attack with. So we have all 6 affinities. They're all paired to the mind, body, or the soul. And depending on which one you pick, you're going to be forcing your opponent to defend with some opposing affinity. So if you attack with security, they're going to defend with speed. If you attack with stability, they defend with power. If you win, you're going to do mind damage to them. If they win, they're going to do either body damage if you pick to attack with security, or they're going to do soul damage if they defend with power. Now, you go ahead, you click on the one that you want to attack with. You will have the option to challenge with fate, which is the advantage that we had talked about before, just a regular challenge, or you can examine them. And examining will tell you details about them, but it will warn them. So if we go ahead and examine, we now have details about who we're attacking. We now know we can attack them and probably win. The odds are definitely in our favor. But now they know that we have threatened them. They get a notification. So we have to move pretty quick here. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to really win this one. We're going to challenge with fate. And now we have a new result screen to come up. So we did pretty good challenging with fate. We got like full rolls in that one. They rolled pretty well too, but not good enough. So we wound up doing 5 damage to them. So you'll see right here, all the information is now presented in a really nice, clean way. We have the affinity that we rolled with, the dice that we had, whether we had any additional bonuses that we could throw on top of it. We have whether we got a title point, if they lost a title point or didn't get one, or how that works. And then the summary of everything in the bottom here. When you are attacking or being attacked by a different tier character, that changes the rules of the title point game to disincentivize higher, stronger players from attacking weaker ones, because then they will lose title points even if they win. But if you're a higher one, you get attacked by a lower one, you tend not to lose a title point as long as you win.
Also, I love these new dice screens because it just makes it so much easier to understand what you did, what they did. And success bonuses once you have gear on. So that will be really cool to be able to see how much your roll has increased once you're actually like putting all of your equipment on.
One second. Okay. Music started playing in my headset, and I was like, is that music from the game? I'm so confused. And no, it was Slack. Okay. Man. What a Friday. All right, cool. So yeah, so we showed up the new talent screen, the new dice screen. You're going to see that in PvE as well when you're up against raids. So new login, everything. There's a lot of other changes that I made behind the scenes, a lot of things I've completely forgotten about that we will definitely get to at some point. But before we end, I'm going to show with a slight tease of what is to come. In Tombstone, a new area has opened up, and that's where we're going to go next week. We're going to meet Krusty Tom, and we're going to fight the Sandstorm Sovereign.
Love Krusty Tom. Awesome. Thank you so much. We had a lot to run through, so this was awesome to be able to see everything. And then, as you guys know, you're going to start seeing more of raids, more of drifters. If there's any specific questions that you guys have that you want us to cover on these Behind the Paradigms, please let us know, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.